Welcome to another episode of the Nintendo Powercast, Nintendo News Daily. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Before we jump into this, remember, these streams are powered by Elgato. Their Black Friday sale is going on right now. You can head on over to n64josh.com/Elgato to see what is currently on sale if there's something you're needing to add to your setup. So again, that's n64josh.com/Elgato. Today's episode, we're going to be looking at a number of headlines, as well as asking the question, is Kirby AirRiders better than Mario Kart World? So we're gonna dig into it right now. I am live each morning, as of right now, 9:30 Eastern for Nintendo News Daily. That may change in the near future here, but as of right now, 9:30 Eastern. So come hang out. Would love to have you in chat. Well, we're gonna jump right into this thing. My Nintendo News: Stellar Blade 2 looks set to be multi-platform, and the original could come to more consoles. So looking at the article here, it says Korean developer Shift Up is seemingly preparing the action-packed Stellar Blade 2 to be multi-platform affair, rather than tied to PlayStation 5 like the original was at launch. This news comes from Insider Gaming, who has looked at various recruitment posts for Stellar Blade 2, along with the developer stating that they want to bring it to more platforms than the original. Insider Gaming also states that the original Stellar Blade game could eventually come to Switch 2 and Xbox Series X. So I know firsthand from even last week, Brian, old co-host of NPC, mentioned that he would love to see more, or was talking about Stellar Blade anyway. So kind of cool to see this one potentially making its way, or both games making its way to Switch 2. From what I've seen of this game, looks really cool. Kind of got that Bayonetta vibe going on, and that is something I'm definitely interested in. So hopefully we end up seeing this over on the Switch. Next up here, moving right on through the news. This is kind of interesting. This is from Nintendo Live. It says ongoing micro SD shortages could have a knockoff effect for Switch 2 storage availability. So maybe it's time to ask Santa for more micro SD express cards. So looking at the article, it says storage-hungry consumers in Japan have been jumping on available stocks of super fast micro SD cards as an ongoing memory shortage continues across the computer industry, with no signs of getting better in the immediate future. As reported by Tom's Hardware, a spiraling issue of rising costs and demand that's far exceeding availability means empty shelves and insane prices as regular consumers swoop on anything that's left over once large data centers and AI companies have bought up their fill. Oh, AI? Is there anything you can't make worse? That's pretty funny. Speaking with IT Media, Tokyo-based vendor tech house Toei said that its inventory had been very badly affected. The large versions of popular series keep running out of stock. This might drag on for a while with all sizes of micro SD cards from 256 gigs all the way up to 2 terabyte models involved. It's not hard to see how or why consumers and those pesky AI centers might start to make the jump in masses to new and improved micro SD express technology used in the Switch 2. The report goes on to detail, however, older tech such as HDD drives with huge storage capacities is being brought up. It looks like large capacity models are getting sucked up for AI use. One shop owner said, "So we aren't getting any stock at all. Everyone knows what's going on. So even if the price goes up, the drives sell out immediately and the cycle repeats." It's certainly something that has already been an issue here in the West. And even though our own personal searching for micro SD express cards online, it's notably hard to find sizes beyond 256 gigs and anything approaching a reasonable price. And the 1 terabyte options are already being sold for, well, a quick search indicates around 200, which is quite a lot. Some of this, of course, has been down to the popularity of Nintendo's console, but there's little doubt that any further stress on micro SD availability could make it significantly harder to find a card for your Switch 2. With no signs of the supply situation abating, and with AI being the number one reason cited behind all the shortages of storage, RAM, and GPUs, it does seem as though the prepared Switch 2 gamer should perhaps brace for the inevitable impact and nab some backup storage ASAP. So very interesting that this is I mean, I kind of expected it at launch to make these things a little bit more difficult to pick up, but this looks like it's going to be an ongoing issue for quite some time. And I know that there is a Black Friday deal going on for the Express 256. It's like $20 off, and so that, I mean, I was just in, I think Target the other day, and they had a stack of these, but I never see any size bigger than that. I bought my like 512 or whatever at launch, but I don't think I've seen any that big in stores since the launch. So Cryptic says the more third party come in, the easier 1 terabyte needs to be cheaper and available. This is unfortunate. Yeah, and I mean, we're seeing games that are close to 100 gigs with like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy, I believe, is coming in at 95 gigs. And so that's big. I've even gone through and started deleting some games that I'm like, okay, I guess I can come back to that. But I think we all like to have as much of our collection at our fingertips as possible, and not jumping between, you know, having to archive stuff and then having to re-download it, because it does take time. It is time consuming. So backing up just a little bit, Cryptic says, I love the assets and world design of Stellar Blade. Very cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. So all I can say is, worst case scenario, treat your SD card like a game and pick up a couple of the 256 and just swap them out when you want to play certain games. The unfortunate thing is like, how do you mark those? How do you know which card has which games on it? It can be a bit frustrating. So hopefully that we're going to start seeing, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte cards, like Cryptic was saying, from third parties here soon. But as of right now, the situation's looking a bit dire. Steak, welcome on in. Good to see you. Moving on in through the news here from Nintendo Life. UK charts, Kirby AirRiders narrowly misses out on a top 10 spot. Now, this is, again, it's a UK. So taking a look, I'm just going to go through the list. Number 1 is EA Sports FC 26, which we looked at that, I believe, last week. And that game, those games sell. They sell. It's insanity how much they sell. Next up, number 2, Mario Kart World for the UK. Number 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Number 4, Battlefield 6. Number 5, Pokemon Legends ZA. Number 6, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Number 7, Expedition 33. Number 8, Hogwarts Legacy. I feel like that game, every time it goes on sale, it just keeps, I feel like they're often putting it on sale, and it stays up in those charts. It moved up from number 10 to number 8. I think the Game Awards helped move Expedition 33 from number 35 to 7, which is cool. Number 9, Ghost of Yotai, and number 10, you guys aren't going to believe it. You're not going to believe it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, followed by Astrobot, and then at number 12, Kirby AirRiders. So in the UK, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe outsold Kirby AirRiders, which is crazy to me. That is crazy. Also cool to see Astrobot jumping up. Maybe they had a sale on that one or whatever, but that seems like a game that a lot of people should play. So I'm very curious, when the dust settles, how Kirby AirRiders is going to look, and how many people picked it up. One of the things I'm doing today is I'm gonna venture out and see if I can find a demo kiosk for Metroid Prime 4. Here in the States, you can check out like Walmart or Target, and you can go hands-on with Metroid Prime 4 if you want to. I saw a video from Nintendo Land, who was having a great time with it. What I found interesting is from watching his video is he kept saying this feels like the first Switch 2 game, and it's a Switch 1 game. So that's kind of cool to hear that this was he even said it felt more like a Switch 2 game than Mario Kart World. So that's very exciting. Watching some of his gameplay looks super, super smooth. So really really looking forward to this, and I'm hoping I will be able to find a kiosk around here that has it available. So I've got a couple of Walmarts close by, and Target, of course. So fingers crossed, because I've been playing through the remastered, and like last night was one of those. I just kicked my feet up. I threw on my headphones and fired up Metroid on the TV. All we got the Christmas tree set up yesterday, so it was only the light of the Christmas tree with the glow of the TV as I was making my way through remastered. And man, oh man, what a fun experience! Like, what a fun experience. Gaming since the 80s. What's going on? Welcome. Says no love for Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. We can jump back at those charts and see where it's at, if it's even on here. For the UK, I'm looking, and I don't even see it. Mario Party's on here. Star Wars Outlaws, Nintendo Switch Sports, Lego Horizon Adventure. It's all because we talked about it last week. I think that's what pushed the sales. Yeah, Hyrule Warriors not even on the list, which I'm very curious on how that one's sailing. I also put more time into Hyrule Warriors yesterday, and some of those boss fights are really, really fun. They're real. The bosses look really cool. At the end of the day, the gameplay is all pretty much the same. I'm finding you use like the shock emitter or the flame emitter, and then just take down their shields, and then just hit them with a special or something like that. But the cut scenes and the boss fights, like, or at least the way the bosses look, really, really cool. Very creepy on this. I'm almost to chapter 4, I think, or I'm right at chapter 4 now, and I'm having a good time with it. But it is pretty simplistic, so it's something to keep in mind. Steak says Paul Gale posted a video that he found one at the demo in Best Buy. Very cool. Nate says Jasmine is going to be like, have you seen Josh? Anyone seen Josh? He's back at Target. yeah. If there's a demo at Target, I'll see you guys on the 4th. I'm just gonna be playing as much as I can. Really, really, really stoked for Metroid. Well, this is we got another racing game making its way to Switch. Gear Club Unlimited 3 speeds onto Switch 2. It says later this year. And it looks like there's so the original story was from August. This is from the 23rd of November. It says it was meant to be racing on to the Switch 2 in 2025, but it's been delayed. Sim racing website Traxion has reached out to Nacon after noticing several retailer listings for the Switch 2 version were scheduled for early next year. It has been informed release date has not yet been set. If there's an official announcement about this or any other updates before the end of the year, we will let you know. So there you go. Gear Club looks like it is delayed. Unfortunately, it was supposed to be coming out this year. But here's a little blurb on Gear Club. Gear Club Unlimited 3, arcade fun for everybody, built for accessibility, fun, and gameplay. Gear Club Unlimited 3 returns with a more complete formula. This new installment features 2 new contrasting environments: the sunny Mediterranean coast, the twisting mountainous roads of Japan. A brand new highway mode challenges players with dense traffic and high-speed moments. With over 40 officially licensed cars and a full career mode, this game offers instant driving enjoyment for all players. So there you go. Taking a look at Taking a look at chat here, Jacob says, I haven't spent much time on AirRiders yet, but I'm not wowed at all. I'm hoping I begin to enjoy it, but my first impression isn't great. Oof. Okay, well, stay tuned for the last part of this show because we're going to be diving into if Kirby AirRiders is better than Mario Kart. If you want to dust off Scarlet and Violet, there's a new limited time Pokemon Scarlet and Violet distribution happening. Add Whimsicott to your party from Cerebi. It says the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Frederico Camparosi, Whimsicott distribution to celebrate the Latin America International Championship has begun. There's a code that you guys can put in. I would check the Cerebi Twitter for this code, or just, I mean, you can Google it. It's also on the, of course, you could check out the Nintendo Life article that brings it up. The code is there as well. And so if you want to get this Pokemon, all you need to do, fire up those games, enter that code, and get your mystery gift. How many of you guys, anybody in chat picking those games up and going for this mystery gift? I'd be very, very curious if so. Marvel Comic Invasion scores deluxe physical release on Switch and Switch 2 and includes a full cartridge release on Switch 2. So this is very exciting. The upcoming beat 'em up Marvel Cosmic Invasion is getting physical on March 13th, 2026 with its deluxe edition for Switch and Switch 2. The package will come loaded with a steelbook, premium art cards, sticker sheets, a Post and Dazzle collectible tuck-in box. There will also be a standard edition arriving on the same date, with pre-orders scheduled to go live soon. A physical copy of Marvel Cosmic Invasion and deluxe edition box. I'm not going to go through all this again. It's just kind of the bullet points of what we just talked about. But I'm a sucker for steelbooks when it comes to Switch and Switch 2 games, so this may be one I'd pull the trigger on. I'm looking forward to this game, that is for sure, and this deluxe edition looks pretty rad. I highly recommend going and checking it out if that is something you're interested in, and it's really exciting to see that it is going to be a Switch 2 full game on the cart, not a key card. I know a lot of people like that. Gaming Since the 80s says, my copy of Mario and Luigi Brothership is still sealed. I didn't find any time to play it since Mario Kart World and Hyrule Warriors keeps me busy, at least for now. Well, that is, I mean, if you're like me, I haven't finished that game either, but I'm hoping there's going to be a Switch 2 upgrade that helps that run just a little bit better. That's kind of been the carrot on the stick that I'm waiting for with some of these older games that are in my backlog, is seeing if they get some Switch 2 love. You know, that's really, really what I'm hoping to see. The other thing, let's see. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Moving right along here. I think that's going to do it for our news. It's time to ask the question: is Kirby AirRiders better than Mario Kart World? Let's jump into it. With the release of Kirby AirRiders, there's been a lot of talk in my comments on some of my videos about how Kirby AirRiders is so much better than Mario Kart World. And now that's not a statement that I'm going to agree with. I like both games. One doesn't have to be better than the other in my mind, but each of them do things better than the other, in my opinion. I have an article up from My Nintendo News, and it says Kirby AirRiders in-game events are planned to run for a year after launch. This is something that Kirby AirRiders is doing much better than Mario Kart World. I'm honestly baffled by the fact that Mario Kart World has no in-game events. We've had one tournament that they've done, and that was it just seemed kind of bare bones. I don't know that these tournaments are going to be all that, or these in-game events are going to be all that crazy when it comes to Kirby, but it gives players reason to jump in, right? I'm going to take a look at the at just a little blurb here about these in-game events, and it says Kirby AirRiders will have regularly scheduled in-game events. Participants can earn rewards like street names, stickers, and themes to customize their license. Events are planned to run for a year after launch, so please look forward to them. This is content. This is reason to fire the game up and uh, to to play these events. The modes in Kirby AirRiders do set it apart in my mind. You have the top-down mode, which feels like RC Pro-Am if you're an old school gamer, and is a ton of fun. And I highly recommend, if you have NSO, go and try RC Pro-Am. You're probably not going to love it if you didn't grow up with it, but go and check it out. And then if you have Kirby AirRiders, go and play the top-down mode, just so that you can see some of the inspiration. Other games that definitely inspired that top-down mode are Off-Road, which was also or Super Off-Road, which was on the Super Nintendo. You might find that one in an arcade where you actually use a steering wheel to control your truck around these dirt tracks. It was a lot of fun. The other modes, you've got City Trial, you've got the Paddock, you've got just the air ride where you can race. You have a ton of stuff to unlock. So there are areas that Kirby AirRiders comes out on top, that Mario Kart could look at and go, okay, there's some things that we could learn from this game, just to basically give people reason to keep playing. I have said this time and time again, but I would love it if I do 5 knockout tours, I'm unlocking something to add to my license, if you will. I would. There's not even a license in Mario Kart World, and there should be. And if they don't want to go with license, it's Mario Kart World. Make it like a passport that we can decorate and add stamps to. Whatever the case may be, there are things that they could do to dangle that carrot. Give me reason to jump in more than just for the fun of the game. And don't get me wrong, that's a great reason. The game is fun. I enjoy it. But when there is, if I have a goal of 10,000 knockout tours, well, guess what? I'm going to play a couple every day. If I unlock something that's going to be one of those things that not a lot of people have, I'm going to be playing Knockout Tour so that I can unlock that thing. If it's a gold Mario or a gold character, like, there were some strange choices made with Mario Kart World to not even add, like, we had the gold unlockables, which they took longer to unlock, and they took multiple steps to get every part, and that's not there. And it seems strange to me when you see a game like Kirby AirRiders come out that has what I would consider a full package for a modern game, and then Mario Kart World somewhat lacking. Do I think Mario Kart World is a better game than Kirby AirRiders? Yes. At the end of the day, for me, because of the way I enjoy Mario Kart and time trials and learning the best lines and learning how to do the tech in that game and playing it competitively, I will get more time out of Mario Kart World at the end of the day. Kirby AirRiders is that fun arcade style experience that it really just kind of scratches that itch for the party game. Mario Kart is far more than just a party game to me, but I can see for a lot of people that it is nothing more than a party game. You get together with friends, you do some races, hit people with blue shells, red shells, really put those friendships on the line, and uh, and ultimately everybody's having fun. Kirby, no different. Less of a Probably less of a skill gap. Not that you can't get insanely good at Kirby AirRiders. You most definitely could. No question there. But it's going to probably take you longer to get really, really good at Mario Kart. I want to grab some of these chats. Cryptic says, I don't think it's a better game, but watching stream, what I think it does better is rewarding you for playing the game. Yes, exactly that. Cryptic says, where are the skins at? I feel those are events in themselves. Yes. Yes. Gaming Since the 80s says, why Nintendo? Um, why hasn't Nintendo developed a new F-Zero? Is beyond me. There's a fan base for this game, and somehow it's getting ignored. Gaming since the 80s will forever be preaching the F-Zero message, and I'm here for it. He also says, I hope that Kirby AirRiders is successful enough to make Nintendo consider a new F-Zero. And yeah, I'm here for it. I think it would be great. And there's a lot of elements in Kirby AirRiders that do somewhat feel like F-Zero. The spinning, the speed, there's some similarities there for sure. Cryptic makes a good point and says 200cc. That's it. That's all he says. 200cc. Yes. Not only 200cc. Some of you guys may or may not know this. I think I've talked about it before, but there are 2 tracks in Mario Kart World that feel like they are the correct speed to me. Those 2 tracks are Rainbow Road and Bowser's Castle. Those 2 tracks give you a boost when you are on the track that feel like the sweet spot for Mario Kart World. You will notice when you are on the second half of Bowser's Castle, after you go up the jump through the lava, that there will be blue sparks coming off of your wheels the entire time you're on the track. The same is true for multiple sections in Rainbow Road. That is a faster speed than your typical speed in Mario Kart World. And to me, those 2 tracks feel like the sweet spot of where the entire game should be for 150. And then eventually we should get 200. That should be even better. Now, that being said, when we get to 200, it may be that that becomes the absolute sweet spot for Mario Kart World, and I'm here for it. But I'm also curious on why why wait to release something like that? I feel like there were plenty of modes that could have been added to Mario Kart World that would have kept it on par with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And there's more than just modes missing. You guys know we do pipe trials. This week's pipe trial is Toad's Factory. Okay, rules are simple. Play with the pipe frame. Any character you want. Post your time in Discord. This is gonna be the first week that I'm posting everybody's times from the Dry Bones track on my website. So each week I'm going to post your times, and that'll give you guys a place to go and check where your current time is at and how you fared against other people in the community. It's just another way to have a little bit more fun. That being said, we don't get the split on each lap when we do time trials, and that is something that's kind of bothersome. It does annoy me a little bit that I can't see what my splits are, and if I'm like, oh hey, I did this time on this lap, which means I could shoot for that again. It's good information to have versus just only seeing your overall time and not knowing which lap was the fastest and what, even looking at what you did so that you could potentially build upon that. It's just it's a bit frustrating, and I'm hoping some of these things get added in time. So, True 64-bit says, "Hey, I'm just popping in. This game is amazing. I played more of it. I did a stream of Kirby Air Riders this weekend. I fell more in love with it, honestly. I had an incredible time with it. I think it is quite fun. Do I think it is for everybody? No, I do not. I really really don't. And I really think if you didn't get a chance to play that demo, I hope they do put a demo out so that people can decide before they buy if it's for them. Because again, it really depends on how you enjoy games, the style of games that you enjoy. This is very fast paced. It's very chaotic, and I think possibly one of the reasons that I am enjoying Kirby so much is because it does remind me of Smash. And when you slow Smash down and you start being methodical and intentional with your moves, it changes the game. And Kirby Air Riders is very much the same. If you slow down and really focus on what you're doing, it becomes more fun, even though it is frantic. It just becomes more fun. So Nadine says, need 250 or 300cc with the straightaways. You're not wrong when it comes to Mario Kart World. Cryptic says, is it the preview demo or the PAX demo for the kiosk? If we're talking Metroid, which I assume that is the case, that is I think it's the I And maybe you're talking Kirby, and I'm not sure because I haven't seen what those demos are. But I think Metroid's just that first level, if that's what you're referring to. Truebit says, "Yep, I call it Super Dash Bros. Even one of the stadiums is you pick up items and duke it out. Yeah, no question, no question there. It does have that Smash Bros. Feel, which again, very very fun, very very fun. So the thing I will say, I do not think Kirby Air Riders is better than Mario Kart, but I do think it does a number of things better than Mario Kart. And I hope Mario Kart looks at Kirby Air Riders and makes some changes, makes some updates, and improves the game. And I hope, because Mario Kart World is selling the way it is, that they don't look at that and say, "Oh, it's good enough." Like, I guess maybe the casuals aren't thinking about this as much. Just your random gamer that's just going to pick it up and play the Grand Prix and have a good time with it. But for those of us that want to play Mario Kart long term and with a community, we need things like tournaments. We and more tracks. Dangle that carrot. Give us unlockables. It just makes the games more fun. At the end of the day, it makes them more fun. So that's where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, whether you're listening on Spotify or you're on YouTube. I'd love to hear from you. Wrapping up real quick um, with Cryptic and the question about Metroid, I believe it is just the first level where you fight that boss. From my understanding, it's the demo that was there was no PAX demo. So it was what was shown at the Nintendo Experience. I also see a resub from Pudding. That is a name I have not seen in a long time. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for that sub over on Twitch. I do appreciate it. With that, guys, you're the best. And remember, play it loud.